different and a little bit weird for me. My arm's in the way here. As you may tell, this is a different perspective, and I am going to be doing some live streaming of my painting. So hopefully this is going to be pretty good. Set my phone over here. Okay, we don't have any desktop audio because I have not started the music yet. I got a bunch of music on Humble Bundle. I'm pretty stoked about that. So I'm going to fire this up. That sounds pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that $25 I gave to charity. Okay, so we're going to be doing... Oh, hi Jasper. He's my kitty. We're going to be doing some Age of Sigmar painting. I've got some Stormcast Eternals I'm doing. I have this bad mamma jam we're going to start off with. We're going to be using Blood Angel Red with some Kenotep Alloy, a little bit of Lead Belcher in some places, and Rune Lord Brass. So I'm pretty cool with that. I need to grab one more paint, so I will be back to my big old painting table. And we're going to be incorporating into the Lead Belcher Ground is Lava and get a really cool effect. So what I'm planning on doing, and this is still a work in progress, is I've got this color shift into the silver itself using the Lead Belcher. It reminds me a little bit of the Canoptech, but it really looks good, bright lights. So I think that's the way we're going to go with this, and we're going to get cracking. So I'm using this as kind of my baseline of what I want to do. So I'm going to paint a lot of the armor red. And this is a contrast paint. So I don't have to do a whole lot to make it amazing. And I don't have to water it down, which is very helpful. All right, bump the whole table there. It's coming up pretty good, and all I want to do is move this keyboard. It's in my way. Let's come up here, and I don't want to paint the 3D effects on the shield. I just want to paint the shield. And I'm probably going to hit some of the 3D pieces just because it's a little hard not to. And I realize I need to get brighter light bulbs in here. See, doesn't take much at all. You know what? Let's get a painting handle. Makes it a little easier to manipulate. So, un momento. I got people that argue painting handles are garbage. Some people say they're not, but I particularly like them. I get shakes on my hands. Okay, get a little bit more red going here. All right. Now it may look like I'm overdoing it some places, and I very well may be. But the idea is go ahead and get paint down. Because a lot of the 3D effects, I can come back and fix that up. And hopefully this is looking pretty good on the stream. Not entirely sure if it is or not. I get asked a fair bit, how'd you get started in this? And truthfully, I just went for it. And that's why I recommend anybody who wants to get started in the painting. And honestly, I thought I had absolutely no business being a painter, that I was not artistically inclined in any way. I could write, but it was always technical writing. The light on this tripod to help me see here. We're just going to brush around the edges of this shield. You can cheat a little bit here by using the camera. Tell me where things are at. Okay, see this, I made a boo-boo there. I'm going to come back later and I'm just going to paint that gold, but for right now, what I want to do is get into these lightning bolts. Okay. Well, this is where things get really fun. And if it bleeds over, it bleeds over. It does not have to be perfect. In fact, I prefer it being imperfect. Because sometimes I figure out some neat effects to go with it that way. Alright. Oh, we got one more. Okay, cool. So we got the shield base coat with the red. Pretty cool with that. Probably going to go with a silver on the interior. So now we're going to go ahead and go into the armor and also get the helmet going. I really want to try to avoid the shoulder piece though. So I'm going to be painting that brass. Sounds like my daughter is getting a treat. Okay.
Well, baby? Yes, you can have that. This one's tiny but hot.
These little tight areas there kind of filled in. Alright, we're going to get the back cloak. Let me go ahead and fast forward on this. Cool. Hey, would you jump on Twitch and see if my stream looks good and sounds good?
Sure.
Cool. Thank you. Check to a different song. Oh, hey, we got some people in chat. How's it going? Looks like they're not actually in Twitch itself, or they're not logged in. But thank you for showing up. You know what? It might help if I'm actually painting on stream, huh? Just a little more. So what I plan on doing is go in with a neon red or a metallic red and touch these armor pieces up. Alright, it's looking pretty decent. Look at my reference piece. So I did the arms in red as well. No, I think I've listened to this one already. Here we go. Just very light, gentle strokes. It's the thing I've really come to learn and love about painting is that it does not take any force. It's not like blacksmithing in that respect, but I do have to pay attention to what I'm doing. The angle of attack, the brush technique. It's like how it's happening. No, hey, thank you very much. How's it sounding? All right. Cool. Well, feel free to tell your 7 Days to Die folks that I'm streaming, doing something turbo nerdy. And if they're bored, they can come watch. All right. Caught the lip of that, but that will be just okay. Okay, I do see a little bit I need to touch up on right here on the back. And we'll go ahead and start getting this arm piece. And for folks that are watching at a later date, Nikki is actually my wife. And eventually, I'm going to get her to start painting stuff. We're going to start doing some reviews on Age of Sigmar stuff, different models, and maybe even some games. Eventually, I want to get her a Sylvaneth army. She likes the angry trees. Okay. Trying to keep it where you guys can see it. And be able to work my brush in there. Now, I like getting this done before going after the pauldrons and some of the higher armor pieces, because it's very easy to mess up with the red on top of the brass. But it's much easier to fix the brass on top of the red. Okay. We good? Yeah, we're good. Okay, we got that. Cool. All right, so we're going to get the boot. Sorry, I'm taking a look at some of the details here. Just trying to plan things out. Okay, we'll get this boot down here first. Now, there's one thing I did learn from some very, very good model painters watching their videos, is that only paint what you can really see. So if there's something that's just kind of tucked out of the way, really hard to see, that you would never really see in a game, or unless you really got super, super close, don't worry about it. You'll get better. And I'm very cool with that. Okay, so we got this boot done. Now, I'm going to come over here. We're going to start working on this one. I'm going to leave this little shim plate here. That's going to be actually brass. So, there we go. Had some music switch over. I am definitely digging this royalty-free music. It sounds great. Okay, get a little bit more on there. Alright. Hopefully y'all are able to see this. Trying to do is not so much blob it in there, but I've got some cracks I'm trying to fill. And I'm just running it in there. I can always come back and pick it up with the brush as I run out. Okay. Now this is a fun part, is I've got this part of the boot, but I'm going to have to shoot into here. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, this boot down in here, if I left it alone, it'd stick out like a sore thumb. So, let me get that going. And voila, boot's been base coated. Alright, we're going to come up here and get this leg piece. I'm not terribly worried about getting on the cloak because I'm going to come back through with that lead belcher mix, and it is a pretty aggressive mix. All right. Wow, we got several people in here. Cool. I heard my phone going off, but nope. All right, so now we're going to get the helm. Stormcast Eternals. I'm doing. I've got the mindset and the kind of whatever they're called. It's because I'm used to playing custodians. I always keep on saying shield host. But their grouping is that these are specifically souls denied to Khorne. Because Sigmar was like, yo, I want this soul to fight for me. And it's a great way to snub him. That didn't run in there very good. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit more in there. And one thing about the contrast paints is that when you first apply them, they can go in pretty nice, but they dry up. And they can pull back and leave some very light areas where you want it to be darker. So right now, I'm just diving my brush in to get a little bit more in there. Alright. Okay, so that's a lot of the exposed armor that I'm going to be painting. Get the underside here. Cool. Okay, we got that underside there, so it's looking better. Okay, we're going to look at my reference model. All right. So I think next, go ahead and do my mixture. Clean my brush first. Okay, lead belcher. lead belcher? Pretty sure it did. Yeah. Shake the bejesus out of it. That brush isn't quite as clean as I'd like it to be. I'm going to mix it with the red, so it's fine. Okay, so we're going to put some ye old lead belcher. Okay. Shake up the turbo dork. And these actually have balls inside of them, so it makes it easier to get them all stirred up. Okay, we're going to add about 3 drops in there. And get a little water. Get this going. And if this is not the shade I was doing before, I may just keep it. It's still a little thick. There we go. I want a little runnier, so that it gets down in the nice little nooks and crannies. I see some places where I missed with the wraith bone, but you know what? That is just fine. Because we're not using the contrast paint here. I may come back with some Blood for the Blood God on this. It's a fun technical paint. Give it a little bit more focus. The nice thing is it does not take a lot to get this on here. I just want to make sure I get good coverage. Alright. So this is kind of what we're looking at to get this mace effect. Just looking it over in a brighter light. Yeah, I can dig that. Alright, so we're going to start on the cloak. Slash leg piece. Let's get the underside here because I always fudge that up. Don't want to miss it. All right. Oh, music sounding off. Like off as in not good with the stream, or off as it's not coming in very well. Nope, not coming in well. Okay, I just made a correction. Is that better? Okay, yeah, it's just a volume issue. It happens. Okay. Getting a brighter light. Okay, I see where I'm at. See the best way to go after this. We're going to get this forward without being too messy. Definitely needs to be darker to give it a little bit more depth. Kind of have it off the screen there. All right, shaping up to be pretty close to where I want it to be. All right, do not want to hit that armor piece. Trying to get these small little folds, which is all sorts of fun. There we go. And this is on a random loop, so some of this may not sync up very well. Get this centerpiece really nice and dark on the torso. Uh-oh. Got a battery problem. Give me just a moment. I forgot to plug this in. Will it charge? Oh, okay. So, hey! Found out that It might be better to get a good battery going there or an AC adapter. Okay, well, I'm going to call this a success. I just need to get a better charging method. Alrighty, folks. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to keep painting this one, and we'll go from there. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you helping with the testing. Have a good one. Bye.